So I put Black Panther languages, so I'm making this video so y'all can see. It is to be Black Panther Lawsuit. BlackPantherLawsuit.com.
And honestly, if there ever was a World War III, it's actually against the melanated folk. And you could barely look like you have melanated, but you melanated. Like, if you were quadroon, you still a Negro. You better learn this history. And you can also read Black Root Science to figure out the whole truth. Now, for some reason, I want to hear handsome and wealthy. I don't know why I came in this club with you, girl.
You take your time to just look up all the similarities between the Aboriginal of America and the Asian civilization that roamed America, you'll start to see everything falls in place. And the original people of this land are still here and never left. I mean, I don't understand why people would prefer to go look at Africa when we have Asian art here, proving that we were already here, depicting full pictures of us. Then you see these so-called Mayans, Aztecs, and Incas with dreads, and also dripped in gold. The so-called African American loves gold, jewelry, all that. These people wore gold chains, gold necklaces, gold plates, even down to the teeth. The same thing that you would see in the common African American.
Police came, I went in the house because they got magnums too, and they don't kill cars, they kill niggas. Police got a chokehold they use out here though, man. They choke niggas to death. That mean you be dead when they through. Right? Did you know that? Wait, the niggas going, yeah, we know the wife. No, I had no idea. Yeah, two grab your legs, one grab your head, it'll snap. Oh shit, he broke. Can you break a nigger? Is it okay? Let's check the menu. Yep, page 8, you can break a nigger right there. See? Let's drag him downtown. Okay. And they got them dogs.
As the ambassador for Mount Kenya, every time I have to post about Black Panther being cursed for violating the secrets of the holy mountain in Kenya, I always get the same question. So I'm going to do a frequently asked questions video series on the website, BlackPantherLawsuit.com. So comment your questions below in this video and I'll make separate videos for all the good questions. Also, make sure that you do your research, starting with the interview that I did with KT the Arts Degree. Now, I've been warning the cast members for 3 years now, but for everyone who's just learning about the Black Panther violation, here's the quick version. Adolf Hitler and other colonizers obtained secret knowledge from Mount Kenya back in the day, and it ended up in the hands of the U.S. military, then to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby after they came back from World War II. Then they made vibranium in the Black Panther comic book with that secret knowledge, and of course the movie came out. And then when we contacted them, Disney's legal team got cocky with us, and then the chief seer's messenger issued a cease and desist letter on Black Panther 2 on October 26, 2018. Then on November 9th, he went to the national radio in Kenya and announced that if Disney produced Black Panther 2, then it wouldn't be nice, it would be very ugly. Ironically, exactly 3 days after that announcement, Stan Lee was dead as a doornail. Then 2 years later, Disney started promoting Black Panther 2 anyway, and then Chadwick Boseman died. Then Letitia Wright gets injured almost the same day that Chadwick Boseman died, and then 7 weeks later, Dorothy Steele dies. BlackPantherLawsuit.com. Guess what, Divine Family? We got 1 million views in 2 days in a very prophetic way with the Black Root Science and the Secret Nazarite Scroll, and we did it together. So I want to say thank all of y'all for sharing. And in this video, I'm going to break down to y'all how the ancestors gave us confirmation that made this a truly prophetic 1 million views based on other current events. So look, first before I do that, I gotta say that I got love for everybody who's making an effort to shut down the Matrix in real life in their own way. Especially the people who know the importance of doing it the prophetic way as it was written in the stars. So let's review how my ambassador Prince Michael Page got his first 1 million views on one video. Now, I was already anticipating the artificial sun ever since I read the Secret Nazarite Scroll back in 2020. I already knew about the fake suns that were being developed, but then I saw the video of the Chinese rocket that everyone thought was an artificial sun, including me, and my spirit told me to do a video reading the prophecy from the scroll about the artificial suns in order to raise awareness about the Secret Nazarite Scroll, because y'all know I've been promoting the scroll in hopes of giving humanity a righteous alternative to the Luciferian Torah and the Luciferian King James Bible, which was forced on the world by the priesthood of Lucifer, according to the Nazarite Scroll, which is corroborated by actual history. So I posted the video on January 11th, and the video itself was 11 minutes, 11 seconds long, and that's just the way it happened. Now, 2 days later, we hit 1 million views on January 13th. Now, some new people to my page were confused about the scriptures that I was reading because they were probably expecting the King James Version. And because I simply forgot to name the chapter and verse that I got the scriptures from, some people were thinking that I made this whole thing up, and they were making comments in the comments, which actually probably helped this thing go viral the way it did. But the people who already been following my page, they knew exactly where I was reading from. But man, I was so happy yesterday because my inbox went crazy with people asking for the Secret Nazarite Scroll, people asking for the Black Root Science. And if y'all that know me know, one way I fight the system, everyone fights the system differently, but how I fight the system is by reversing the deception that the Luciferian priesthood used to conquer the world. But man, I'm just happy that we finally got the first Black Root Science video with 1 million views after a decade of pushing this information on Facebook. So shout out to that. And we also got the Secret Nazarite Scroll circulating. People are tapping into the information. But now here's the point of the video. Let's talk about why my page's first 1 million views was prophetic. Okay, just 2 days before I posted the video, I went live on Instagram and Facebook and Clubhouse, and I read the repopulation plan of the gods, which is the opposite of the devil's depopulation plan. And of course, the divine plan includes resurrecting 144,000 ancient god bodies that are protected under the Great Pyramid in Egypt. I showed the revelation of that ancient secret in the Black Root Science Volume 1 and 2, and then I corroborated that secret knowledge with scriptures from the Nazarite Torah, which is like the real Bible before the white people changed it back in the day, And then I even showed how the Luciferian King James Version, which is the changed version of the real scriptures, I showed how in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, also alludes to that same secret of how we're going to be delivered and restored. So during that live, I read verse 1 from Daniel 12, and it says that Prince Michael will stand up for the sake of the children during a time of trouble, like trouble has never been witnessed before. But it says that at that time, the people will be delivered. Now, of course, it's no secret that my name is Saint Michael, and I was crowned as a prince in 2017, and I was inducted by the Council of 12 Seers, which are the holy prophets that guard the Ark of the Covenant, at Mount Kenya, which elevated me to what the elders call the angel's dimension. So now I'm an official messenger from the holy mountain, speaking to you from the angel's dimension. But anyway, 2 days after I went live, not only did the video hit 1 million views, something major happened in the United States Supreme Court. They shot down the devil Joe Biden's evil vaccination mandate. Yes, they did. Just like the High Court did in Kenya after one of my allies in Kenya took the Kenyan government to court and actually won. That vaccine mandate was so diabolically stressful and pressuring on the people that the Supreme Court ruling was clearly attached to the cosmic energy of deliverance. People feel delivered. Unless you got vaccinated for your job, then you're probably feeling kind of sick. No pun intended. But that wasn't it at all, family. Another crazy headline surfaced yesterday. The royal family in England had a shameful moment as Prince Andrew was stripped of his royal titles for being a pervert. This is all happening in the same day, family. Yes, indeed. But that wasn't it. More prophetic headlines came forward yesterday concerning the sacred cannabis plant, which is also mentioned in the same Nazarite scroll. The headlines that came out about cannabis yesterday also fulfilled prophecy from the same Nazarite scroll. All right, this is chapter 6 from the Holy Gospel of the Secret Nazarite Scroll. This is not the King James Version. This is about the marriage of Joseph and Mary and the Immaculate Conception of the Lord Christ. Let's go. Verse 228, it says, "Wherefore the image of the hemp leaf on a staff held by a green lion is the symbol of Isha's army. For in the last days Artificial things will litter the world, and use of the hemp to replace those things will be needful to save Mother Earth and her myriad creatures. Now, for clarity, I'm going to read from Moses' story in the secret Nazarite scroll, the Old Testament, not the King James Version. This is the real authentic Bible, the real scroll. Okay, now we go to chapter 6 of the book of Moses. It says, verse 6, on the peak of the holy mount was growing a bush called cannabina. Ruel had taught Moses that this plant was most holy, being a gift from the cherubim for making of the hemp robe, the Nazarene garment for high ritual. Throughout his fast, the presence of the holy bush had comforted Moses. Then on the 40th day, while Moses chanted a sound of power, behold, lightning from heaven flashed through the darkness of the night. Lo, the lightning struck the cannabina bush, and it caught fire. The smoke of the bush entered Moses' nostrils, and Yahweh spoke from the bush, saying, behold, Moses, you are in my presence. Confirmation on confirmation, the ancestors did it yesterday. So the Devil's Kingdom got 3 noble slaps in the face on the same day that I got my first 1,000,000 views on a video where I read from the secret scrolls of not just the Nazarites, but also the African secrets from the Black Fruit Science on the 13th day of the month. Who knows why that's significant? Peace, divine unity, Selikano. Here's 4 things that indicate Ryan Coogler deserved what happened to him on January 7th, 2022 in Atlanta, Georgia for continuing to violate the holy mountain of peace in Africa's ancient Nile Valley and the indigenous spiritual leaders of Kenya. These 4 things confirm that this incident was definitely a part of the Black Panther curse that I've been reporting on for years at this point. So before I begin, let me first say that this incident, this situation is just a warning. The ancestors have not turned up the heat yet, but that heat is coming if the public doesn't put enough pressure on Disney to clean this mess up, which can be done. And last, I want to say, y'all check the description of this video for the link. Now, let's get started. Number 1, the date that it happened, January 7th. Now, y'all know by now, this is the first thing I look at when these type of headlines pop up. So here we go again about January 7th. I've been talking about this specific day, January 7th, for years in connection with the Black Panther curse. In fact, the same day that Ryan Coogler was detained in Atlanta or arrested, I was in Atlanta too, recording this video about January 7th, talking about Disney and Marvel stealing. I will put a link to this video in the description. So I'll summarize by saying this. 44 years ago, on January 7th, Black Panther comic volume number 1.7 was released by Marvel Comics. In this issue, the creator of Black Panther, Jack Kirby, admitted to federal crimes such as theft, stealing, fraud, misappropriation, and other federal crimes against my tribe that I was appointed to represent. So Ryan Coogler is stealing because he knows about these crimes and he's knowingly helping them to continue violate the indigenous Kikuyu tribe in Africa who protect the holy mountain of peace. That is the biblical Mount Zion. The 12 prophets who guard the original scrolls and tablets of the black race, descendants of the Kabiru, only a devil or a dumbass would violate such people who actually drank the real purple juice, the real Black Panther juice. Anyway, this issue number 1.7 represents justice for Mount Zion. It represents justice for indigenous peoples and especially justice for the Jiru people of the Kikuyu tribe in Kenya. That's why the ancestors took over the bank teller's mind that day on January 7th and made her call the cops on him just to send him a warning. Notice that this incident happened just before Black Panther 2 was supposed to resume filming after being shut down from Letitia Wright's divine punishment by the ancestors. And I specifically told y'all that Ryan Coogler was in danger months ago. Months before that happened in January. Last year I told y'all this. So I could say more, but I digress with that. Number 2, now let's go to the day that the incident was reported, March 9th. Well, once again, go to the interview I did with KT the Arch Degree when I was telling the story about the day that the Chief Seer's messenger called me and told me to contact Disney because of our tribal secrets being violated. He called me on March 4th, which was a Sunday, and told me that Disney and Marvel had until Friday to fly to Nairobi and sit down with him over tea and smooth things out so that the proper prayers and rituals could be done in order to avoid tragedies and calamities. And would you guess that Friday had landed on March 9th, the same day Biggie Smalls was murdered. So, in the very beginning of this whole tribal violation, the elder said Marvel and Disney had until March 9th to meet with them, which ended up being very prophetic because the very next day after March 9th, on March 10th, Black Panther hit $1 billion mark at the box office. And shortly after that, the entire earth in Kenya split open in the valley. Exactly one day before the anniversary of my Mount Kenya appointment letter. In that letter, the elders wrote that we're going to fulfill the prophecy of Isaiah chapter 2, which is the same prophecy in the book of Micah, where it talks about the valleys splitting open. So this is way bigger than Hollywood. This is ancient. Number 3, the third sign. Next, let's look at the amount of money that Ryan Coogler was withdrawing from the bank. It was exactly $12,000. Of course, the 12, that number 12 has a lot of significance in African culture. It's definitely the number of social relations. It's the number of tribes of the original nation, the original 12 monolithic pyramids that arrived on this earth from the Sirius star system 78 trillion years ago, carrying 12,000 people each pyramid. You can learn the rest of these African secrets from the Black Root Science. I wrote a whole book about this called The Great Investigation, comparing the secret Nazarite scroll to African secrets from the Black Root Science and the 12 seers of Mount Zion. You can download this book for free on thegreatinvestigation.com. Free game, free game. Now, what's funny is if you look on our Black Panther source work copyright certificate, under the rights and permissions, you will see Mount Kenya College of Seers. These are the elders that I represent, which is the Council of 12 Seers, the people who guard the sacred wisdom of the Ajiru clan. But it ain't even that. That ain't even it. If you count the days between the last death of a Black Panther 2 cast member and go forward to the date of Ryan Coogler's arrest in Atlanta, there are exactly 12 weeks. Now, last but definitely not the least, let's look at the fourth thing. Number 4, we're going to go back to the cover of the Black Panther origin issue. Now, if you look just below the date, January 7th, you'll see another number, 02685. Now, do y'all see what I see with this number? Well, of course, I know most of y'all don't. Let me show y'all something that you didn't see, and let me interpret it for you. If you count the amount of days between the day that Chadwick Boseman died and the day that Ryan Coogler was born, you get exactly 268 days. This is just confirmation that the energy of death and rebirth is present and that the ancestors have sanctioned the death of the actors and their family members in order for prophecy to be fulfilled. Because if it gets to the point where my words have to come true, then that will bring the attention of the public to the real Wakanda, which fulfills prophecy, because the Wakanda is the biblical Mount Zion, which in the Nazarite scroll is the holy mountain of peace, in the center of the Garden of Kush, and in the center of Kush, which is the second tallest mountain in all of Africa, located directly on the equator, which in modern times we call Mount Kenya. And I'm the ambassador to the diaspora for Mount Kenya, so that's why I'm the one introducing this message and information to you in these prophetic times. Now, there are more connections that I found in this Ryan Coogler incident, but I'll save those for future interviews. I think I said enough already for y'all to get the point, and besides, I want to end this video by giving a solution, because y'all know I love solutions. And I really want to help the Black cast members because they're still my family, and y'all, we stay on code out here. So this is what we're going to do. This time, we're going to do another petition, but this time, instead of petitioning Disney to shut down Black Panther 2, We're going to make it a whole lot easier. This time we're going to petition Ryan Coogler and have him to tell Disney that they got to work things out with the Ajiru Elders Council of 12 Seers, Guardians of the Ark of the Covenant. Now, the link is in the description. Click it now. Go ahead, sign the petition. Share it with all your family members. Share it with everybody. Make sure everybody puts pressure on this situation, because we definitely want to see a peaceful resolution and a quick resolution to this before it gets out of hand. So go ahead, click the link, sign a petition. Let's fulfill the prophecy the easy way, not the hard way. Peace, divine unity, Selekano.